Remember when Anna Kasparian did that interview with Madeleine Albright where she just gave a tongue bath to Madeleine Albright? And then remember when Jimmy Dore said that on Russia Today? Look at her, she's giving her a tongue bath. So that's what I assume when he says that she got paid by NATO, that conference somehow was financed by NATO and she got a check. I'm losing faith in a lot of my old progressive heroes. I'm not sure if Anna Kasparian, Francesca Fiorentina, Sam Cedar, Ben Dixon, Jacobin, or Emma Vigilant can be called progressives anymore. I think we have to, just dethrone these folks. They are not progressive. They do not believe in moving forward. When they see a good idea, a common sense, obvious good idea, whose time has come, they don't notice that. Instead, they just want to character assassinate the originator of the idea. In the great pool of ideas, the best ideas should prevail, no matter who the fuck says it. Jesus Christ, thank God it was Jimmy Dore that said it, so that it wasn't buried and forgotten. Jimmy Dore said it, and then said it again, and said it again, and he's going to keep on saying it until we get Medicare for all. With Bernie Sanders, we were going to get the entire Medicare for all apparatus, the machine that was going to finance the rest of the government. Now we don't have that vehicle. Now we don't have that engine. They use Social Security for that shit. With a universal health care system, that would give us, the American people, a shit ton of fucking leverage. It's also life. Health is life. So David Sirota.
His final position is this, but after this interview, he goes out and starts tweeting stuff like this. He goes, if you're just showing up for the Medicare for All cause now, that so many of us have been risking our asses to fight for 25 years, what do you mean risking your ass? I don't know what that means. Did you have a gun? Did you guys go into battle? Did you and Brian Williams take enemy fire? What does that mean? Risking your asses. You know what? I risked my health and my life for this Medicare fight. I went bankrupt. I almost died because I didn't have Medicare for all in the last 25 years.
Yeah, David Sirota.
What the fuck?
Jimmy Dore put his ass on the fucking line.
He says,
David
at least
Sirota.
the courtesy of not shitting all over us and pretending you are a hero just because you decided it's now chic and safe to fight. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say to that. Maybe if he's been this passive aggressive about it for 25 years, I can see why he hasn't gotten further with it. So that's a guy who's upset that a jagoff comedian came along and did something that he wasn't doing. That's all.
Yeah, and it's, very sad and disappointing because a lot of people are on the right side of this. So David Dole is on Jimmy Dore's side. The Rational National. Nico House is on Jimmy Dore's side. Crystal Ball, Aaron Mate, Lee Camp, Kyle Kalinske, Jink Ugar, Bree Joy, Graham Elwood, Jimmy and Steph Ron-Placone, Richard Medhurst, that lady from Russia Today. And I was saying David Sirota, but David Sirota is telling on himself. David Sirota just revealed everything with this tweet right here, December 15th, 2020, 8:48 p.m. Yesterday. Or the day before. I can see the time. 3 days ago. Regardless. David Sirota is going to tell on himself because he says, why don't you stop pretending that you're the hero just because now you think it's chic and safe to fight. We've been risking our asses for 25 plus, maybe 26 years. So at least do us the courtesy of not shitting all over us and pretending you're a hero just because You decided it's now chic and safe to fight. Okay, so David Sirota. I think David Sirota, AOC, I think everybody forgot that Medicare for All is part of the Green New Deal. That was inside of the Green New Deal. The Green New Deal wasn't just about the environment. It was about guaranteed jobs, guaranteed housing, guaranteed universal health care, guaranteed college for everybody. What in the goddamn fuck happened? Where did our AOC, where did our progressive AOC, our progressive Sam Cedar, Emma Vigilant, our progressive David Sirota, Anna Kasparian, Francesca Fiorentina, Ben Dixon, Jacobin, where did these progressives go? Democrat Party goes neoliberal, so they just fucking lose their souls. They lose their conscience. We can trust Lee Camp and Kyle Kalinske. We cannot trust Sam Cedar. Sam Cedar's got a video, you know, I guess he's giving me a whole bunch of content. So, man, I hope Sam Cedar is the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you, Sam.
That's all that is. I get that. I get jealous, too. I understand. He's a human being. I'm a human being. But that's kneecapping this moment right now.
Yep. Stopping the movement.
That is. And so I said, well, welcome to the moment you've been trying to make happen for 25 years. I know you're upset that I have something to do with it. Really? 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 I come up with a fucking idea. Me, this idiot, pothead comedian. I come up with an idea. It's an amazing one. Everybody jumps on board, and all of a sudden he's pissed off that I didn't start working with him. If I had been working on a project for 25 years, and then an entertainer came along and was able to forward it amazingly because he had a certain talent, I would say thank you. That's not what he's saying. He's upset.
Jimmy Dore is absolutely right. David Sirota is jealous, and that is the reason why Anna Kasparian, Francesca Fiorentina, Sam Cedar, Emma Vigilant, Ben Dixon, Jacobin, he got mad at Francesca and sent her a direct message about, listen here, you asshole, or some shit. And it's like, she said he was on vacation, and, you know, in Venice at the time, and, you know, whatever. I guess, you know, but it's just more like, alright, shit on Jimmy. Now let's get some fucking Medicare for all. Hate your fucking Jimmy Dore all you want. All these people that don't like Jimmy Dore are in favor of forced to vote. Sam Cedar, Emma Vigilant, they're in favor of forced to vote. But instead of talking about Nancy Pelosi, instead of criticizing the government, the U.S. government, and the politicians, especially a warmongering capitalist like, you know, let them eat gourmet ice cream, Nancy Pelosi? Are you fucking kidding me? Emma Vigilant and Sam Cedar is providing cover for Nancy Pelosi. They're like, oh shit! This jagoff comedian, this peasant nobody, this pothead, is making some really, really good jokes. He has a good idea and he's putting jokes on. People are listening to him. Jimmy Dore is absolutely right. If you're David Sirota, you're fighting the good fight, fighting the progressive fight, unless you're a careerist. Because a lot of these, you know, David Sirota pricks don't mind if the war goes on forever so that they can keep on banking on it, keep on making money, talking about the shit but never getting nothing done. If we don't get Medicare for all done, we're not going to get shit done as a progressive community. So, I mean, I guess it'll give a, you know, Lee Camp and David Dole and Nico House and Crystal Ball and, you know, all these progressives a shit ton to talk about. But we actually need concrete solutions. And with Joe Biden and the Mitch McConnell Congress, America don't stand a chance. There's no hope for America. Not with this setup. Not unless you listen to Jimmy Dore. And Jimmy Dore is saying, don't elect Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. Don't give her power when she hasn't promised to give you shit.
He's upset. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know. I say, not sure what you're whining about today. It looks like you want credit for something. I'm willing to give it to you. Now let's keep our eye on the ball and try not to get distracted. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And here, the guy says, I like Sirota a lot, but he's picking at the wound. We're getting into the fellow doth protest too much territory. It's not about any one person, their career or accomplishments. It's about a nation in crisis needing health care. Everything else is child's play. So then David tweeted this out. He says, a reminder that the incoming Democratic president could, with the stroke of a pen, expand Medicare to cover millions of people, and nobody is doing any pressure organizing around this at all. Because the left wants performative art rather than results. So I showed you that before, this tweet. Again, that's pouring water on an idea that has a chance to happen. This has a chance to happen, and it's the bare minimum. And it's pouring water on it, and it's using denigrating terms. Although he'll go on to say, no, I mean performative is important. I know, but you know that. And then here's my favorite. So he says, I agree with Jimmy Dore and Bree Joy would be so he's on our side. Would be very good to get a Medicare for all floor vote. I said that for the entire week.
So David Sirota has a tweet here. Seriously, can someone explain what we're arguing about? I'll explain what you're arguing about, David Sirota. You're very jealous that Jimmy Dore is getting all this attention. You had disagreements in the past, just like Anna Kasparian and, Francesca Fiorentina, Sam Cedar, Emma Vigilant, Ben Dixon, Jacobin. They've all had these spats with Jimmy Dore in the past. Probably been shitting on him, kind of like that progressive voice, just banking off of shitting on anything Jimmy Dore says, and then probably a group think around other people that they're surrounded with in their little bubbles, and they're like, oh, that damn Jimmy Dore, and they're like, yeah, that damn Jimmy Dore, and then they're like, oh, he did make a good point, though. Yeah, maybe, yeah, he did. And then eventually, it gets in, to their id and ego, super ego, subconscious, and then eventually they think it's their own idea. So David Sirota is jealous. Anna Kasparian, Francesca Sam Cedar, Emma Vigilant, Ben Dixon, Jacobin. All these people, they're just, you're pretending you're the hero, huh, Jimmy? You're getting all the attention, huh? You think you're the savior of America? You think you're going to be the hero of the moment? The only thing that Sam Cedar, Emma Vigilant, Ben Dixon, Jacobin, Anna Kasparian, Francesca Fiorentina, and David Sirota are telling us, the only thing that they're telling us is that they hate Jimmy Dore more than they want universal health care for the American people. That's all they're saying. It's more important for Jimmy Dore to be silenced than for him to shut the fuck up and let David Sirota get the glory. Poor David Sirota has been fighting ineffectively for universal health care for his whole life. Never got it. Never came close to getting it. And now this asshole entertainer just wants to come up and, if I'm David Sirota, I'm fucking happy as shit. Thank you, Jimmy Dore. You got this on the table. People are talking about this. I got your back, bro. But I saw David Sirota was still bitching about it later on. I think David Sirota was gaslighting like a motherfucker. He doctored the video. When you doctor the video, it's doctored. The video is doctored. If the video is doctored, then it's doctored. Jimmy Dore is going to endorse David Sirota after this tiny little disagreement. David Sirota, you got to be a little bit more confident in yourself. Quit being so damn insecure. He's got a non-profit or some shit. David Sirota will be okay. This conversation is fine. I think that David Sirota and Jimmy Dore should be given a medal for trying to, talk to each other. Human beings are fucking awful. People are shitty to one another. So they're trying to, have a conversation here. And, I admire both of them for that and for, the work that they do. Both David Sirota and Jimmy Dore are admirable progressives in their own respective sphere. So there's no reason for David Sirota, Francesca, well, I guess she's a comedian, so yeah, Jimmy's totally in Francesca's lane. But this, my God, she should have like a million jokes right? They're comedians. You would think they would get along.
That's not completely candid. What are we arguing about? Seriously, can someone explain what we're arguing about? We're arguing about you doing shit like that. That you come out and you say one thing, we agree, and then you go out and you tweet that and you say the other thing. That's what we were arguing about. But we're not arguing anymore because this was his last one. So now we're on the same page, and that's good. So, I'm a fan of David Sirota's investigative journalism. I always have been. I always feature him on the show, no matter how mad he gets at me or how many names he calls me on Twitter. I'll still feature his work. He does really great investigative journalism. And we need guys like him. But other people play roles too. He has a role, right? I have a role. He has a role. Everybody has a role. And you can't be everything.
You're actually on a roll.
I'm actually on a roll. We're actually got something going. Why not help it? Why not get on board and help it? And so this looks like he wants to help it now. So I'm going to leave it at that and say thank you for jumping on board with Free and me and the idea. It's not my idea. It's Politics 101. This is Politics 101.
101.
Why didn't anybody else think of it? Why was it that I thought of it? That's the weird thing. Why didn't you already think of it? Why weren't you already pressing this issue? I'm not saying that angrily. I'm saying fucking really. Why weren't you?
So, Jimmy Dore, that was a hell of an endorsement. Jimmy Dore says that David Sirota is a respectable, admirable, investigative journalist. Jimmy Dore knows he's an entertainer or, comedian. David Sirota is the expert. He's the intellectual. He says that he's allowed David Sirota to go on his show whenever he wants to. So David Sirota, needs to calm the fuck down. And people, force the vote. We need universal health care. There's people that's going to fucking die. How many people every year in America? 50,000? That's a crime. 50,000 people are going to die in America every year because they don't have health coverage. So, Mike's just going to leave it at that. No, what the fuck, Sam Cedar? Let's talk about Sam Cedar here in a second. Peace.